This is the how-to tutorial on the reliability mod. Finally got my hands on an additional trigger. This was the one that I did the original mod to. Then I have one from a customer that's nice and fresh. So we're going to take a look at the damage, the spring, and I'm going to walk you through breaking the trigger down and cutting that bevel. Taking apart's pretty easy. What's nice with this trigger is there's not a lot of working parts, just 3 springs, trigger, hammer, housing, and a sear. Get that return spring out. Okay. Alright, there's the side. Alright. Pulling that spring out, pull her all the way forward. This one's not that bad a shape, although I don't know the round count on this particular trigger, but it's a good sign. A little bit mangled. It's definitely doable. Ain't gonna need replaced, so we can reuse the original spring. Now, as far as cutting the bevel, I wouldn't recommend trying to disassemble it further from here, but we really ain't gonna need to with the clearance we have. So start off with the Dremel, and we're gonna start with a slow speed. A little bit of oil. All you're going to do is you want to, when you're cutting into this, you don't just want to cut straight across. You want to kind of cut on an angle. So as this sear goes forward, what happens is this lip right here will actually kind of guillotine into that spring if your tolerances are a little off and your bolt carrier comes too far forward. We're just going to cut that out at an angle, just giving a little bit of clearance so it won't pinch the spring. Like I said, just start at a slow speed. Check your work. Okay, go a little further. So far it's looking good. Clean it up. Feeling good, it's not sharp. Now we're going to check it. Put the spring back in. Simple. Start with the back. Okay. I'll push it all the way forward. Make sure that it's able to crimp it. That's perfect. That's really all there is to it. Like I said, when you're cutting, I prefer the ball. Just make sure that you go at a low speed. Don't use a high speed. You'll burn the ball out. But that's really all there is to it, and that's really all you need. And that will prevent the problem of it kinking the spring and causing a malfunction. Then we just got to put it back together. I'm going to have a future video with an update on the factory trigger return spring and a heavier trigger return spring. And what this will do, and I'm hoping with testing, is getting this trigger up to an actual 5 or 6 pound pull, which it's not even close with the factory spring. Getting up to that 5 or 6 pound pull should allow for a single fire shot. And when you want higher rate of fire, use increased rearward pressure. When you don't want a higher rate of fire, you can fire a single shot. But we'll be doing an update video in about a week on this. I'm just waiting on a Wheeler digital gauge to come in so that I can actually play with the spring weights and actually get them between 5 and 6 pounds and do that testing. But other than that, just putting them back together, it's simple. Put your return spring back in, put your trigger back in. You're going to take the sear and push it forward, give you clearance, and you're just going to drop it right on in till it seats. Make sure the spring doesn't fall sideways on you. If it does, it's not a big deal. I might have to play with it a little bit. My tools are magnetic, which can be a bit of a pain. There we go. Okay. Just make sure that it's in that recess. It's important. And drop it in. Line up your hole. Then once you get the rear one in, the front one's pretty easy. Put your spring in first, just like that. Then you start a sleeve. Just start it and just hold it with your finger. And then take the actual hammer, slide her on in, and then line her up. Just like that. Make sure that they're even on both sides. And there you go. And that is the how-to for the reliability mod. That's all it takes. But like I said, stay tuned. I'll be doing an update on increasing the trigger pull and seeing if we can further improve this trigger. And if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one.